Will I treat you good?
Awesome.
Feeling it.
This is you guys. We didn't even. I had no idea what we were doing today, but now we realize you guys are looking for the secret.
Yeah,
and it's good because we brought it.
That's
right
there.
It is.
You're drinking the secret?
Yeah. Well, obviously caffeine is a secret. Obviously, the second phase of the secret is the ceramic cup.
That's right.
I didn't know.
It's very misleading.
Yeah, I told him the secret.
Yeah, I discovered caffeine. He discovered the ceramics.
Okay. It's a good pairing.
Bam.
Yeah.
And here we thought it was a book.
Bam.
That's awesome.
So you guys are doing the George Lopez show?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Have you done the George Lopez?
No.
Neither have we. I don't think. Have we?
No, we've never done it.
Are you guys gonna do like you mix stuff in with your live show, like got any surprises or anything like that?
I think we are discussing the possibility of some kind of surprise, but I'm not sure that anything's going to figure out yet.
Just caffeine.
Surprises are good.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of what the late night TV show thing is a pretty set. Like what they're doing is filling up 10 minutes of airtime that they don't have to pay for production on otherwise. And it's pretty exciting for bands because you get to play for a whole bajillion people. But, I mean, it's always the last slot on the show, you know, because they're basically like, well, people are going to turn it off at this point, but they still get to pay for their advertisers to pay for it. And I wonder, I mean, I don't know, do you watch those, like, if you're watching late night, do you stay on for the band?
That's probably like the only reason I would.
Yeah,
watch
usually
most of the late night show.
I always go like fast forward to the band.
Yeah,
just to see what's.
Well, I would. I do the same thing. I also watch the band, but I get the sense that we may be in the minority on this one. I'm not sure, but at least the way they run the production of the shows definitely feels like we're gonna whatever. They have to pay equal attention to every minute of the show, and you're 3 minutes at the end of it, and so it's not usually like, let's do some awesome thing. They're just like, you get 2 run-throughs, one with the camera, and we'll see you tonight.
Right.
But they did ask if we want to bring some video stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And I thought I even saw something about a possible sketch.
really? That I did not see. We shot the video for White Knuckles, the dog video, in 3D, and so we only show. I mean, obviously the thing that most people see is the 2D version, and so we show it in 3D at our shows, and it actually they just had a big 3D festival here in town, and it won best 3D thing of the year.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But what's funny is the other things were like massive picture studios, this was actually shot on 2 Fuji cameras, essentially glued together with a little computer and an Altoids box that Eric built.
The Altoids box. Awesome. That's the secret.
It felt very good for him that he bested the entire multi-bajillion-dollar 3D industry with his Altoids box.
That's awesome.
Can you put the 3D version on YouTube?
You can. There's a 3D player on YouTube that was. This is an incredible story. You know how Google has an 80-20 rule where you're supposed to spend 80% of your time working on whatever they tell you to work on, and then 20% of your time just like, I don't know, whatever feels cool. And one of their people in his spare time or his 20% time or whatever wrote an entire 3D player for YouTube, and then like brought it into work one day and was like, you mind if I just put this up? And everyone's like, no. And then like eventually I was like, wait, what did we just, what? And it's an incredible 3D player, but it's not, it doesn't mesh with the rest of the system particularly well because it was sort of built outside of all that. Yeah. And apparently just this week or this month they've done a big revision to it, so it now does. It's like this amazing system. But what it does, you can define how you upload things. Most 3D stuff is uploaded compressed either sideways or up and down, so that you basically have everything. You cram both images onto the normal pixel map of a single image, and then the reader pulls out the 2 sides and stretches them back out. And then you can pick what type of it will then play that stereographic image in whatever mode you can see it. So you can pick the 2 types of anaglyph, or if you have like fancy glasses that do all sorts of crazy stuff, you can pick. I mean, I think there's like 5 running technologies right now, or 10 or something like that.
That's like a separate thing from the YouTube, like can you choose to watch it just like normal 2D 720?
I believe that you can, but I don't know. Here, we have not uploaded our 3D version because we're still talking to a 3D TV manufacturer about whether or not they want to license it specifically for their TVs, which would be good for us because we spent a lot of money making that video and no one else has paid us for it yet. So, so we have not yet put it up on YouTube. Feeling that the world will be happy enough with 2D dogs for the time being, and if we can,
it's because they haven't seen it.
Yeah. Well, we show it at our shows, and we usually, you know, if we can do like a 20-foot projection of it, it's first of all, it's amazing for us to look out at the audience and everybody's got this.
Yeah, it's
glasses on.
amazing.
But there's a few places where the dogs actually jump directly over the camera, and you can actually see the whole crowd. Like,
Yeah.
it's exciting.
That's great.
So that video, because I noticed like a lot of your videos, you guys have like partnerships or like sponsors from companies. That one didn't, because I know you guys did that like to raise awareness. For
Yeah, well, we would love to have raised awareness for like IKEA and having chaos of
There's a charitable aspect to it.
Yeah, we in the end we decided that because we didn't have there were sponsorship offers that didn't make a real dent in the budget for it, so it was like why do any corporate shilling unless we're actually it's gonna pay for our lives. So so we decided to just raise money for the ASPCA instead. Which was cool. We would love to have. I mean, the best thing about the corporate sponsorship side for rock bands. I mean, obviously, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it would have been like the kiss of death to ever even consider having to like shill for some corporation. And it's still, there's definitely a gross part to it. But are you guys signed to a label? No. Well, good for you. For the last 10 years, we've been making stuff, and for the most part, if we want to get a budget to make stuff, we have to go find it from a big corporation. Anyways, it just happens to be a music corporation, you know. And they, in the last few years, it's become so clear that they need a particular business model to survive. Like they have to know in advance that like they're investing money in a band, and that band is going to sell records, or that band is going to, you know, have huge licensing fees, or that band is going to do whatever. But from our perspective, it's just like we just want to make some cool shit, and we'll figure out how to make money off of it later. I mean, more or less, well, getting ahead of myself, 20 years ago, the people with the money had all the power, and they could decide what you were going to hear and what you were going to see and what was going to be popular. And while there's still a lot of that going on, they don't really know how to control people's attention anymore, because people's attention is everywhere. And so now if something can succeed on its own, they come running after you, and then you don't have to do things their way, you get to do things your way. So what we have wound up doing with these corporate sponsorships is usually, you know, we go, look, we want to make this thing, and we'd love for you to pay for it. We'd love to put like we will thank you at the end. You know, we'll make a video at the end. It'll say thank you to brand X for allowing this to happen. But beyond that, you have no, like, we're going to make the thing we want to make. We'll make a certain few promises. Like, we won't have, like, there will be no child pornography involved. We won't kill anyone. There won't, like you have to make sure that they have to be reasonably convinced that they won't be associated with something they will later be embarrassed by. But I never, 15 years ago, I never would have been like, this will be great. We'll be making videos sponsored by an insurance company. But it's been so much easier for us than actually trying to get the people who sit at the top of a big record company tower to get our ideas. Because this one, we're just like, look, the last one we made, 10 million people wanted to see it. Don't you want to make one of those? They go like, yes, instead of, well, I don't know, it's not how we do things around here, kid.
So, like, do you guys ever get approached to do videos for other bands?
We do sometimes.
Is that something you guys ever?
We certainly consider it. The problem is there's two high bars to get over. One is that usually our ideas work because it's just like you put in 2 months of effort for something that other bands put in a day or two.
Most people don't want to do that.
Yeah, we're like, we'd love to make a video for you, so you're going to have to live in Antarctica for a month without any clothes on, and then people are like, maybe not. The other thing is that if we have really good ideas, we usually just want to make them ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
But there have been exceptions. I mean, I'm sure we will wind up doing some video directing for other people. Why you guys want a video?
You guys direct your own videos, yeah?
Yeah, you guys do the same thing, right?
Well, we just did. I mean, our first EP, we did a video for every song, and that was kind of because we had, I think, there were 6 songs on the EP, and we had 4 videos by that point. So we just figured we might as well just do them all.
Yeah.
And then we're just finishing up like our first full length. So we're trying to figure out, like, we don't want to be like trapped into thinking we have to do a video for every song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are already asking, like, oh,
Quality over
this new
quantity.
album, you guys
Yeah.
have a song for every video? It's like,
Yeah,
alright,
I
every
don't, I
video.
don't think that's necessary, but video is something obvious, like we've been
You
trying
care
to put
about.
more effort into.
Yeah.
Especially in the live show.
Mhm.
You know, like that's the next step is really incorporating the video experience in the live show and making it flow.
Careful that you don't that people don't just watch TV during your
Yeah.
show. We have a lot of video on our live show, and we've tried very hard to make all of it boring and abstract, but interesting. Like
Yeah.
we have there's only 1 or 2 that have actual humans in them or figurative in any way, and even those like from stage, I sometimes notice people are just kind of like. Like you just start to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, we're
Well, it's like us in a bar. If we're in a bar and there's a TV on, it's like
Yeah, you just watch the game.
Yeah, it's
Right.
yeah, and I remember
Competing
seeing.
attention.
Do you know the band Mew from the Danish band Mew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to tour with them in England a lot, and they had video stuff 10 years before everybody else was doing it, and Jonas is like a really good filmmaker himself, and I remember watching their show and having that problem, you know, that their videos were so good that you kind of didn't like it started being
Yeah.
like a live band accompanying a video,
Mhm.
and while that seems good at the moment, by the end of an hour of that you kind of just watched TV the whole time, you didn't really get the experience, so don't overdo it.
Right.
Also, I think you're right. I think you're right not to feel like you need to have a video for everything, because there. I mean, I know coming from us, this will sound ridiculous, but there's a real danger in just the shtick of having a shtick, you know, or people get so excited by like the idea, you know, everyone's looking for a new model for the music industry and for how bands exist creatively and all that stuff, and I think it's so easy for people to get excited about a one-liner like it's a video album, but a bunch of people have done it, and unless all the videos are great, it's not that exciting. And if all the videos are great, you're probably watching each of the videos going, this is a great video, this is a great video, not going, this is a great video album, you know. I think 3 great videos is way better than 7 or 10 okay videos.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like that you ever have to, do you feel like you need to keep making like videos? Do you feel like you have to top yourselves ever? Because your videos are out, seem like consistently like more and more mind-blowing.
More awesomer.
Do you guys ever feel like, is it a fun like challenge you're trying to always like top yourselves, or like are you guys?
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure, but it's not. It's never internal. I mean, it's never external in the sense that we'd be totally screwed if we were trying to like beat view counts, or if it was
Yeah.
like this thing has to be more shocking than the last one. I think it's like songwriting. It's like you don't. It's whatever's a new boundary for you, you know. And for us, I mean, the last like real video we did was the Toast video. Have you seen the one from last year?
Yeah.
Which we weren't in, and it wasn't traditional one take video in the same way, and we were fairly aware that like it being a ballad and a kind of quietish film idea, it wasn't going to blow up on the internet in the same. It wasn't going to turn into like everybody's grandmother passing it to everybody, but it was a challenge for us because it was like figuring out expression in a slightly different way. And so I mean, I think there's always an internal challenge, and if you don't have that, I mean, if you actually feel like you know what you're doing and like you're just churning it out, then you've died inside.
Don't die inside, guys.
Will I treat you good?